Hello and welcome to the International Pentagon Challenge. My name is Kyanite and together we'll be embarking on a very special Football Manager journey where we'll aim to try and win every major international competition in all 5 continents, forcing our hand to play with hundreds of different types of players and most importantly hopefully create loads of awesome different types of tactics along the way. Once that's complete, only then are we allowed to set our sights on the biggest of all goals, the FIFA World Cup. How many nations will we have to manage until we work our way to the top? How many dodgy names will we have to pronounce along the way? So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hopefully we're going to have a lot of fun along the way. Alright, hello everyone and welcome to episode 38 of the International Pentagon Challenge. At least I hope it's episode 38. I'm pretty sure it's episode 38. But if you watched the last episode, you'll know that our first ever kind of game managing at the World Cup under England did not exactly go according to plan. The Czech Republic, who finished second to us in our qualification group, who we knew were a good team, we drew 0-0 against them when, going through our qualifications and then beat them 2-0 at Wembley. We ended up losing 2-0 to them at the World Cup, which obviously put us bottom of our group. Now, second strongest team in our group was probably Chile, and Tunisia managed to beat Chile 3-1, which was a bit of a blessing in disguise for us, because for me that meant that basically the whole group shot wide open then, because we dropped points and Chile had dropped points. Tunisia though have managed to win 2 games in a row now, beating the Czech Republic, as we can see in front of us. So in a way that emphasises the importance behind us really needing 3 points against Chile, because Tunisia I feel have been really fortunate and they play with a narrow formation. I feel like we should be able to beat them. So if we can capitalise on the fact that Chile lost their game against Tunisia, maybe aren't in the best form and they've got a key player out injured, even though so do we in the form of Jepsen. If we can get 3 points here and then go on to beat Tunisia, the Czech Republic could then beat Chile, given the fact that Chile might be having poor form. And then it could basically end up coming down to goal difference with regards to who finishes in the top 2. But most importantly, we stand a chance of still qualifying. I feel like if we can't beat Chile, that will probably be it, and we might as well pack our bags and go home, which is really unacceptable. So irregardless of what happened in the first game, once we're past the group stages, anything can happen in the knockout stages. So I do want to kind of put behind us what happened in the last episode and hopefully grab a win this episode. Okay, so we look to keep things nice and fresh. Will Hughes comes in instead of Sam Jones, who still hasn't really recovered fitness-wise from the loss against the Czech Republic. And Gabriel Chidi, of course, returns to the team. And if you look at the 2 goals we conceded against the Czech Republic, they both came, well, regardless of the fact they kind of came within 30 seconds of each other, both were from crosses from that right wing, where we had Joe Gomez playing as right back rather than Chidi because Chidi was injured. I've decided to stick with the same centre-back partnership of Michael Keane and John Stones because it's worked well for us in terms of our qualification phase. And of course Andre Green, who's a decent substitute for the mighty Roger Jepsen, comes in to play on the right hand side, and Harry Kane keeps his spot up front. He did have chances against the Czech Republic and probably incorrectly had a goal ruled out, and with the sheer number of goals he got for us in qualification, regardless of his age, it seems like a really rash decision to drop him. As far as Chile are concerned, they've actually surprised me by putting Nunez, who's kind of that striker I likened to Alexis Sanchez, on the left rather than up front on his own. And they've gone with Rodriguez, who's 198 centimetres, so we're probably looking at a bit of a target man here, guys. But Nunez is without a shadow of a doubt going to be their main key player. Now, one area we can exploit is the fact that we know that the 3 they've got in the middle of the park aren't exactly the most physical, and that's why I opted to, instead of go with maybe the slightly more gifted player in Sam Jones in midfield, actually bring in Will Hughes, and we'll make some changes to try and kind of build our attacks more through, with emphasis on the centre areas of the park, because they're not that good defensively there, and we might not want to emphasise too much in the wide areas, because as we can see from the positioning of their two fullbacks, well, yeah, they're not really going to be going anywhere. Vejar isn't that pacey, so that could be something we look to exploit later on. He's either footed. Rashford's obviously a Ramdeuter, going to be looking to cut inside, but Rashford is really pacey himself, so I'm just going to keep things away. You know, we know Rashford can perform in, and see whether or not he can take advantage against Vejar. Other than that, let's go on to minor tactical changes. Okay, so we are going to be starting with a standard mentality. We started with an attacking mentality in the last game, and even though it served us well qualifying at Wembley and in friendlies, it left us far too vulnerable at the back in the last game. So we're going to start on standard. If we reach a point where we need to go more aggressive and whatnot, we can always up it up, or, you know, bring it down from there, depending on how the game is going. And really, the one major change I made was we're now exploiting the middle. I can always switch it back out to try and emphasise more down the flanks if I feel like exploiting the middle ain't working, but I feel like early on it could be a good decision, given that they play three playmakers in the central areas. And we're going to be looking to retain possession as well early on. If it feels like we could do with going a little bit more direct, we will obviously make changes, but this is a thing. I know it didn't go well in the last match, but qualification-wise, everything we've done, you know, other than that Czech Republic game, has been perfect. Even the 3-2 loss against France, you can't really, you know, be too harsh on the side for. So we've just got to believe in the system, stick with what we know works well for us and fits our players, and hope that we can get a win. One thing I will obviously be looking to do is to try and deal with Núñez out on that right hand side. He's going to be looking to cut inside because he's right footed, so I'm always going to look to, you know, tackle him hard and show him, most importantly, onto his weaker foot, which in his case would be his left foot. And the fact that Chidi is going to be the one defending against him and plays more as an inverted wing back should hopefully help us in terms of trying to nullify him as a threat and doing them opposition instruction changes. Here we go then. A bit nervous, I'm not going to lie. World Cup so far has not gone how I expected it to, but we've got to put the past behind us and, you know, focus on the future and see what we can do. Whew. Here we go then. Throw-in for Chile early on. Cuevas plays a through ball towards Rodriguez. It's a good tackle from Stones. Rashford towards Harry Kane. Poor ball, but we do pick it up regardless. Andre Green is going to now cross the ball in, and I think that's a corner. It is. Will Hughes to take it. And, well, okay, that's an interesting corner. Dele Alli to Chidi, who, to be honest, like I said before, we really did miss in that last game. Harry Kane's onside towards Rashford, and it's a really good tackle there from Vejar, if that's how you pronounce it. Good start, though. But again, we had a good start against the Czech Republic, so it doesn't really mean much. And that's another one from the Emil Heskey book. I think that shot from Lewis Cook. And we've got another corner. Okay. That's just the high pressing coming into play, I guess. Cook shoots. Rashford picks it up. Come on. In the box. We're working it well here. And just as I say that, gives away the foul. Rashford with the free kick. Oh, over the bar from Marcus Rashford. Yeah, this is one of them games. If we can get an early goal, we've had a lot of possession so far. You feel like, even though Chile have always been a good footballing side, we're England, we should be able to beat them. And Harry Kane probably should have done better than direct that header straight at the goalkeeper. We keep it alive once again though. Cook shoots and it's picked up by Melo. So far so good. 10 minutes in, this is more like the England we're used to seeing. So very narrow coming out from Chile, and it's working really well when our wingers look to stretch them. And really there, Dele Alli was through on goal. Should have at least hit the target. It's going to whip the ball in towards the head of Diaz. Caught by Jordan Pickford. Can we counter attack now, please? Like, oh, I might look to change that, you know. They sent a lot of them defenders forwards for the set pieces. If Jordan Pickford, especially given that he's a sweeper keeper, can maybe start to play that ball out wide towards maybe someone like an Andre Green a little bit faster, we could have perhaps capitalised there. So I'm going to say distribute it to the flanks and distribute quickly. Get rid of pass it shorter as well. You never know, sometimes like at a World Cup like this, little changes, tweaks like that could end up making a massive, massive difference. Good stuff though is we've been able, you know, to cause them fullbacks problems. I mainly want it to be down the left-hand side though, because that's where the slower one is, but Rashford isn't really much of a winger for us, so we could end up making changes and swapping kind of the roles on each side of the park if we are yet to score going into the second half. But other than that, we've not really done too much wrong, other than not manage to find the back of the net like Dele Alli fails to do there. So 30 minutes in, we've got 61% of possession. I'm going to now take retain possession off and tell the lads to be a little bit more expressive. I feel like we got Chile where we want them. We've really shown that we are a superior side, and maybe just kind of loosen up the leash that I've put on the players so far and hope we can grab a goal. That was close. One thing we could have potentially considered doing against this Chile side is drop our defensive line as well, because they have a lot of pace in their kind of front four, or front three rather, the two wingers and the striker. But as we've seen so far, it's not really caused us too many problems. 38 minutes. Just before half time, I want to tell the lads to concentrate. I'm not quite sure what Jordan Pickford was doing there. And we're crumbling. We are absolutely crumbling after a phenomenal qualification phase. We did really well in the Nations League thing. We cannot hit the back of the net. And we're being so wasteful, so wasteful from the wide areas. And the fact that that goal came from a set piece as well. Dele Alli plays it forward. Can we win the second ball? We can. Rashford will shoot. And surprise, surprise, it's blocked. And we go in at half-time. Typical England. 1-0 down against Chile, who lost to Tunisia. Okay, so we're going to go to the attacking approach. I really don't want to make any rash decisions at the moment. I want to run this for a good 10-15 minutes. Let's see, playing a little bit wider, focusing more down the flanks. Can we create an extra chance or two? Because we created chances in the first half. If by the 60th minute we've still not grabbed the goal, then we got to throw another striker on. I don't know what else to say. We're the better side here. It's been evident on the pitch. We just actually need to hit the back of the net. And it's just baffling how in qualification games we were putting 4 or 5 goals past certain teams. And whether it was, you know, in that first half against Chile or throughout the whole game against the Czech Republic, Harry Kane's not finding the back of the net and he's not getting much help from the rest of the lads either. Rodriguez to Provoste, finds Cuevas, who whips it into Nunes, and that's it, we're going home. We are going home. We're going home. We're going home. England are going home. We're going. I don't know. I don't think they'll let me keep the job after this. I really don't. We barely even kicked off, for God's sake. I can't explain it, really. I still stand by we've not really come into this tournament doing much wrong. You know, it's what the qualification games are for. You build something around the players that you've got at your disposal. But England will always be England. I don't know what else to say. And a Premier League striker has just put that ball wide. Nunes picks the ball up. You know, we've not even seen him run at us that much, even. It's just been really simple football from Chile, and we now need to be able to break. Make it 2-1. We've still got a whole half to play. What is this? We can still win this 3-2. We have time, and we have the ability. Thank you. Get in. There's one. Encourage the lads. We just got to keep going. Forget the 2 goals we've conceded. Just get into them. And, you know, get the ball wide and whip it into the box. We've got two big strikers now in the box. And if we can get the ball into their final third, I just know we've got the quality to cause them problems. We saw it throughout the first half. We just actually need to finish a little bit better. They're playing very, very, very narrow, our Chile. And for that reason, we're going to have to adapt to it. So we're changing to fairly narrow ourselves. Hopefully, that'll get our players a little bit closer to their players. We'll start winning the ball back a little bit better. Apply a little bit more pressure to them. And that's offside, even though we find the back of the net. It wouldn't be us if we didn't have about 5 offsides. Well, more like 50 offsides every game, would it? Kane to Green. Take him on. Green has been poor this game. I mean, you see what I mean? It's been dreadful. He's had so many chances, so many opportunities to just take on his man and whip it in. And the cross goes into the defender every single time. Even though I think he may have got the assist for the goal. But, you know, generally speaking, it's not been good enough at all. Good save from Melo again. Chidi with the in-swinger. Cleared by Nunes. Can we shoot? We can. And it hits the post, I think. I think it went off the goalkeeper and hit the post. Not much more we can do. Not much more we can do here, guys. We are knocking, and we still can't score. Good ball from Stones. If Green gets there, it's onside. Rosenthal with the head, and it's over the bar. How many headers have we had over the bar? Oh, I hate the World Cup. Rather, I hate being an England fan. I think that's really what I should be saying. Oh, that's poor from Chidi. That is poor. Offside. No, oh, that was a great pass there. That was a great pass. I feel like we've done 2 substitutions already. Andre Green's on a 7.9 for some reason. I don't really get it, to be honest. Let's see if we can get some fresh legs in the middle of the park. Probably be relatively useful right now. The question is, who do we really bring on? Both Ali and Hughes are completely knackered. But tell you what, Ali hasn't really had much of a great game, to be honest. I'm going to bring on Sam Jones. I feel like, yeah, he's on 84%, but he's the kind of player that I really trust to find that killer pass, as we've kind of seen him do for us in the past. So, yeah, we're going to go with that as well. I know that they're not necessarily the best aerially, so as the game progresses maybe into the 70th minute, that's when we might change Harry Kane to be more of a target man and start going a little bit more gung-ho. But I said this before, we need 3 points for me in this game. We might get fortunate and get away with a draw, I don't know, but a 3 point is ideally what we really, 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 really need. Or 3 points, not a 3 point, what am I saying? Push forward, come on boys. It's been all us this second half, bar the odd chance here and there that they've had. Got to keep applying that pressure. Rashford, he's in now to Rosenthal, to Kane, and it's cleared by the centre-back. Stones keeps it in, though. The 2 playmakers look to do what they do best. That's a lovely ball from Chidi in towards Rashford. And, well, Rashford kind of came to a standstill, it seems. At least Chidi's awake. Kane, through ball towards Green. And it's a very, very good tackle there from Chile. Jones with the outswinger towards the header of Harry Kane. And what happened there? We've had 3 clear-cut chances. What am I watching? What is this World Cup? I can't believe what I'm seeing here, boys. Oh, Green. Rosenthal finds a runner, Rashford. Can he whip the ball in? Oh, what? Are you serious? Are you actually serious? Straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. Come on, boys. Find a goal from somewhere, for the love of God. Let's get at least a point. Oh, what is that pass, Will? What is that pass? I can't believe what I'm seeing. And the problem is, when we're losing like this, I have no idea what to say. That misplaced pass as well. We're just misplacing passes left, right and centre. Come on. And he's offside. He is offside. I'd like to explain the formation we're currently using, but I really can't. One thing we maybe lacked at the start of the game that completely slipped my mind was getting our own wingers to man-mark their wingers. But to be honest, looking at the goals that we conceded, I'm not really sure would have made that much of a difference. We've been the better team all game, you know, but they've had 1 or 2 attacks and they bloody put them in the back of the net. There's that second one with a lucky header, and every time we go forwards, I've just bloody opened one of the sponsors by accidentally clicking on an ad. Every time we go forwards, we're either offside or we bloody headed the ball over the bar. It's all going wrong. Just when you think no one could be worse than Fabio Capello, I come along. This is totally going to ruin my 70+% win manager ratio thing. It's 3 versus 2. You've got to score from here. You wouldn't think they're Premier League players on the pitch. I don't know what players have been given on the plane to bloody Canada. Ooh! Why didn't he shoot? Ooh! What? Are you kidding me? Oh! How? How does he even find that pass? How is that not 3-2? Oh. Football Manager is being Football Manager right now. Finish. Yeah, no. We're going home. We might as well put the game on key highlights, because we're going to see highlight after highlight. You know, shot at the goalkeeper after shot at the goalkeeper. How Green doesn't score there beats me. There's not even much point in even showing you the Tunisia game in the next episode, to be honest. And I don't think I will. I think we might do. Play some of the youngsters, stick it on key highlights, and then just see whether or not we manage to keep our job. I don't... 3 clear-cut chances to their 0. I don't understand. When Football Manager is being Football Manager, I don't know what to say. And for me, that Andre Green opportunity with the goal at his mercy, basically. He had the goal at his mercy, and he could have just side passed it to Kane or Rosenthal, and somehow he crosses to the back post and finds Jones. Score. Bullshit! Bullshit! It's not often that Football Manager pisses me off. How's he not scored there? 4 clear-cut chances. I don't think it counted the Andre Green one. Oh, this is an episode and a half to forget, isn't it? Come on, 1 goal. Oh, piss off. Well, I mean, Vejar made a lot of mistakes, which is what we really aim to do. Can't even speak properly. I don't know. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. How? Like, ever since I took over, we beat teams like Italy. We've basically bulldozed everyone to come in our way. And I know that a lot of the teams are like San Marino and stuff, but we're talking about very comfortable wins, beating Spain, unlucky against France, very good results against decent teams like Wales. I can't put my finger on it. I can't put my finger on it. Like, even performance-wise, wasn't too shabby against the Czech Republic. Even though I'll own up, I don't think we deserved anything out of the game against the Czech Republic. But the fact that we've just lost that Chile game, I still can't get over that Andre. He's got an 8.1. 8.1, my ass. He doesn't shoot a goal. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and the subscribe button. We're just going to play the Tunisia game on key highlights and then see whether or not we manage to keep our job. Has it changed my face again? Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, that face looks a lot more like my actual face right now. It looks like quite a sad face. Yeah, thanks for watching.